Hey, Llamas! Welcome to Llama's Agoraphobic Megabase. We're going to work on trains today, and what is the better way to get a really nice welcome than getting a raid from Inter, who is an awesome Factorio streamer. So I hope that you had a really nice day today, that you had a nice stream. I would like to welcome all of the raiders, and we have Inter, we've got Samalander, welcome everybody else who might be lurking. I can see that my llamas arrived in the chat as well, so hello Laser and Kenny and Blady and everybody else who might be lurking, and everybody who might see this video when it gets highlighted, no matter if it's Twitch or YouTube, because I'm multi-streaming this adventure. Let's call it a never-ending adventure. So what's the Llama's Agoraphobic Megabase? I feel the need to explain that. But of course we need to give a shout out to Inter, because Inter doesn't want to shout out himself. I'm sure that you know him already, but if you don't, I am going to copy the link and paste it on YouTube as well. So make sure that you visit Inter, who is somebody that I should learn how to handle trains from. And also, there is Samalander, who is amazing Factorio streamer, variety streamer, but also he makes the best chill farming simulator streams. When the shoutout is gone on Twitch, I will give you a shoutout as well. If not, please, my dear mods, please make sure that you will give a shoutout to Samalander. So let's explain for a moment, what is the Agoraphobic Megabase? I never built the Megabase. I was always playing with biters that were evolving, expanding, that I was always attacked. And after 800 hours, I finally realized that it's not going to help me with even going for Megabase, that I need a little bit more chill playthrough, and this is exactly what the Agoraphobic Megabase is, because I am kind of afraid of all of that space. I am kind of afraid to build much further than usual, and it creates a lot of different little issues that I am trying to resolve as I go, and many issues involve trains and handling trains. Today we're going to focus on a little bit different spot, which is the northern east. This is where we are right now, here in the woods, on this giant 48 million iron ore patch, where I plan something that is called a highway. And usually, when I am building any outpost, usually I build one station, and there is only one rail. And when I need to add another train, then some of the portions of the train tracks are automatically unusable for more than one train. And this is something that I need to change. I'm not sure how to do this yet. And if I would ask Inter, if I would really try to learn from Inter streams, I would already know how to do that, but because I prefer to throw jokes around in his chats, then I will have to learn how to do it myself. So yeah, this is what we're going to do today. Laser, thank you so much for fixing my bot. I reminded him before the stream. Okay, I was supposed to do something. Oh yeah, today we're going to read Factorio Friday Facts, the last week one, but also the one from this week. And I think that's it. I think that I was supposed to give another shout out, and we can start. So, responding to your question, Sam. Are you looking forward to 2.0 coming out in a few months? Yes, I do. And that's why I play Factorio much more, because when I figured out that there is DLC incoming, and I can imagine that the technology tree is going to be much more complex, at least I want to be able to resolve the issues that I have in vanilla, so I can explore the space age freely. At least that's what I plan to do. We'll see if it's gonna work out. In the end, I just want to make sure that I will use the opportunity to play the space age as close to the release as possible, that I am not going to have standard issues that I usually have. Because some of the things, including the quality of the items produced, including the quality of science that you produce, including the way that some products spoil, I really can't allow myself to make something slowly, to make something that is not optimized in any way. So whatever I can do to try to reduce this kind of issues, at least for vanilla, this is already a success in my opinion, don't you think? So yes, I am definitely looking forward for the new DLC and 2.0 at the same time, so I treat it as the same thing, although Factorio 2.0 is so much interesting because of those rails that you can have above the ground. And that's something that would possibly resolve a lot of my issues that are connected to the main bus. By the way, we don't have many products on the main bus, and I am trying to resolve that as much as I can by coming back to basics. So, still building outposts, still trying to figure out the trains. Finan, hello! Looks like something is bugging the llamas today. It is, yes. Actually, I am bugging the bugs, but you know, race rails are going to be epic once Inter designs intersections for me. Yeah, I think that this is going to be such a breakthrough. I really dislike building anything around the train tracks because you need to use the underground belts, especially if you got any curves. Let me show you an example. Oh my god, this is going to be horrible. So please close your eyes if you don't like this kind of view. But I just don't like to use underground belts, especially if I got the curved rail. And also, it's not... How to say that? Especially if we got the shape like this, so it's not going straight from north to south or west to east, but you got not the X or Y axis. And it's just annoying to me. I don't like doing this. And if I could possibly put the train tracks over all of that main bus, that would resolve so many of my issues. I could probably build so much better smelting area. I can't wait. Seriously, I can't wait. It's acceptable as long as it works. I know what you mean, Finan, but all I can think about, and this is seriously bugging me, is that I had to put any effort into that. That I need to bother myself. Do I have the underground belts for this? Especially, you know that in the very early stages of my playthroughs, I am dealing with many material-related issues, so I can't afford the basics really fast. So I end up very frustrated over that. And if I could avoid this issue by just spending a little bit more of the resources on the train tracks and just raise them, Also, it gives me roller coaster tycoon vibes, so, you know. That's all I can think about for now. So even if I wouldn't be buying DLC, but I believe that we have already stated that yes, I am planning to buy the DLC if possible, then of course we are going to enjoy the 2.0 upgrades. I don't mind at all. Also, if there is anybody who is watching on YouTube right now, make sure that you follow Salamander as well. I have linked their Twitch link to the chat as well. And I hope that all of the llamas are already following Salamander and that you visit his farming simulator. I forgot the farming word. Forgive me, words are hard at times. My favorite style of playing building games is Kaplunk. Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, think that I have muted Factorio, so let me adjust that. Sometimes I just run YouTube in the background when I prepare something for Factorio, and I wonder if this is the issue, because I cannot hear any sound from Factorio. Okay, yep. My sources got messed up once again. This is standard kind of situation. So we can finally hear some sounds. Great. Because what could be better than listening to the biter ASMR when they are being neutralized? I think that this is a very nice word for that. Borb, hello! Let's welcome a fellow llama, Borb. What's up? I believe I had some news for you, Borb, but I am not sure anymore. Sometimes I just lose the train of thought, and we got the train out of you. Windows just updated. Wouldn't surprise me if that screwed stuff up. No, I don't even need the Windows update for that. No, not this time. It's just me. Sometimes I'm using different types of the headphones, and for streaming I always use the headphones on the cable that are plugged into the PC. But sometimes I use some other headphone sets, whatever I end up with at the moment. So this time I just had to change it, and that's it. You should write things down then. Yes. Oh, Borb. In real life, I write down a lot of stuff, because I have a little bit of memory-related issues at times. But if I forget where I put the to-do list, then it becomes a real problem. But it gets better. That's something I can be happy about, because it gets better over time. I might be getting back to a little bit more relaxed state, and yeah, therapy helps a lot in this case. I'm good. I hung up a picture today. Now I feel like a normal human. Ooh. Yeah, it's good. You really need to do that cosplay. The human cosplay. Yeah, remember to wear your human puppet suit with pride. And remember to wash your sunglasses often. Happy lurking, Kenny. Thank you. Thank you. for being here, even if you're at work. I appreciate that a lot. And also, I have noticed that. I know that it's been 14 minutes ago, Blady, but I see that you have redeemed the new channel point reward. And it's something that I will have to accept in the way. There is the new channel point reward that is called Let There Be Light. And it's made purely to force me to add more lamps to the base. Usually, I am trying to build possibly as fast as I can, and then I forget about things as important as lamps, especially to me, because even if we got the night vision, I can't really see anything in the dark, even if we got the night vision in the game. So this way, you will help me with remembering, and maybe I will stop complaining that, wait a minute, I was supposed to put the lamps in here. I will have to put lamps somewhere, and in this case, I will try to get to the closest area and put some lamps. So if I will be passing by, at least I am not going to complain that much. So that's the goal of this redemption. Feel free to redeem it. Let's say there is no limit to the redeems, but of course remember that I might have quite a long way to get through. Finan, thank you for making a gigantic hay brick in the chat. "100 days? Is it 100 days to Factorio 2.0? Or have I missed something?" Yeah, that's big. And thank you for the support, by the way. That's something that Twitch is experimenting with. Even if you get to the earnings section, anything that was added by Twitch, like Gigantify an emote, or wait a minute, how is it called? On-screen celebration or message effects, it is counted as the experiment. So thanks for making that experiment come true. All right, I am hyped for 2.0. Of course I am. It's just I am not ready for the space age. So yeah, that's the only thing that worries me. Other than that, please give us the railed train tracks. This is what we need. You can upgrade to 2.0 faster. We can wait for the DLC for the release. we can wait with the DLC. I just need those race rails. And also, Samalander has mentioned that raised rails are going to be epic once Inter designs intersections. And here's my question, Inter. Are you planning to make some kind of new intersection project? I might be very interested in that. On the other hand, you know that I really like to use my own projects, no matter how silly they are. Oh, great. Okay, so on the last Factorio stream, which was about 2 weeks ago, at least I have learned how to make other Spidertrons that can follow my main Spidertron, that is green. And if there is anyone who would like to have a name, Lady, thank you for redeeming Let There Be Light. At least I added a few lights. We will proceed with more channel point rewards. At least I hope that it's going to be a nice addition to the stream. So yes, speaking of the spiders, there is an option to give them names, and I just call them Spidertron follower with a number in case that the colors might be different, and I don't really have any idea for the colors that I would like to pick. But if somebody would like to get a name like Inter, it can be your name, but it could be a custom name, assuming that it's English one and it's not offensive. And you're free to choose your own color if you want to. So whoever comes first to ask for a name, you'll get the name. But it would be nice to redeem the name in the game anyway. So I would have a list of everyone who would like to get the spider name. That would be fair. At least I would see who has redeemed first. So yeah, I hope that you're going to use this opportunity. And Inter, you've been first so far. Do you have any color that you would like to assign? And that applies to others as well, because I can see that Laserik and Salamander has redeemed already. I am trying to get rid of the biters. A little bit, that's something that I tried to avoid. On the other hand, you really like it when I end up in trouble, right? When my Spidertrons get destroyed. So, in the meantime, when I am just going around making sure that the spiders are following, because my main Spidertron has got all of the artificial legs, the exoskeletons, the other ones don't have it. So it's going to be a little bit awkward. Laserik! Oh my god, good to see you. Let's have another shout out. Inter, can I ask you for a shout out to Laserik, who is another streamer associated with Red Circuit Stream Team? They hang out playing with Dr. Doof quite a lot. They are playing the variety of games, and I hope that you will enjoy their streams. Okay, I am going to throw the shout out myself. Okay, guys, the weekend has started. What are your plans? These are important questions to address. And I will try to do something about those biters, because I can't avoid them that much. Ooh, yeah. The nests are so much bigger than I expected. And I don't have any nukes, I don't have any rockets. Not now. Alright, so we got a few names already. Because Inter was first, I will give it to Spidertron follower 1, and it's going to be Inter. Thanks for the shout out. You're welcome, Laserik. Thank you for raiding me with Dr. Doof and spending time with us. I got interhooked on a hunting game. Wait. That hunting game... The Hunter, if I'm not mistaken? This is... I think that this is one of the most popular hunting games, but I am not sure. I guess that Inter would like to have a red color, right? With the Hunter? Oh, so it's something else. Alright. Because I thought about the Hunter Call of the Wild, I think. Laser was playing it quite a bit, and I have noticed that there is like a fishing game as well. I think it's called The Angler, but I'm not sure. Inter, I assume that you would like to have red color for your Spidertron. If you want different color, then let me know. It should be pure red. It doesn't look like pure red to me, but okay. Who is next? We got Laserik, Salamander, and Kenny. So... if you are not going to speak up, guys, what kind of color would you like to have? Then I am going to assign it the way I see your username on Twitch. So Laserig is blue, Salamander is green, and Kenny is purple. Okay, Laserig wants yellow. So we will get yellow for Laserig. I have even more opportunities to lose you in the game, guys. Okay, so I would like to get a little bit of help because I am always really bad at getting colors in Factorio. So if you prefer some certain RGB value, then you can post it in the chat. But I hope that this yellow is good for you. And we will get to Sam. Sam, do you want a color? Or should it be green? But my spider should be different then. Okay, so if Sam wants green, I will try to make my own some kind of gray. So everybody else is going to have a colorful spider. And now we got Sam. So far, all of these Spidertrons are the streamers. So make sure that you follow all of them. Fun fact, actually all of them follow me. Interesting, isn't it? And now you will literally follow me. Interesting. I just noticed that. All right. We got Salamander, we got Laserig and Inter so far, but we got Kenny. Kenny is not a streamer, but maybe they will become a streamer one day. Who knows? Kenny the pirate with the peg leg. And I will try to make purple for Kenny. Kenny, you can just ask for a change later. This is pink. This... Actually, pink is not bad. I like this color. Let's make it more like Twitch purple. Okay, it's dirty purple, but still purple. Thank you guys for redeeming your names, but you can see that there are still 2 Spidertrons that can be used for the name. So if you want to take over either Spider number 5 or Spider number 6, just redeem the name in the game for Factorio, as usual. Okay, let's save the game. Let's save the game. Yep. Let's move on to something that I hate the most. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Dealer's choice. Yep, we got 2 spiders. At least I will know which one is not working anymore. Oh, no, I forgot to turn off the robo port, but everything is okay right now. Yep, we need to bamboozle the biters. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I don't have any weapons, by the way. So it's even more difficult. I know that this is not the best way to fight the biters, but what can I do? Oh, I think that we might have some spiders missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we got all of them. The thing that I'm looking forward to quite a lot in Factorio 2.0 is the fact that we will be able to just mark all of the Spidertrons and use them in the way you treat the units in the real-time strategies, like Age of Empires, for example, that you will be able to just left-click and right-click for left-click to select and right click to make this certain Spidertron go somewhere. That's something that I need so much. And I can't wait for that. Seriously, I can't wait. I need it now. I can wait with the space age. Just give us the RTS options. I don't know if the Spidertron use, if this remote is something that is very natural for you to use, or if you are kind of unsure about it just like me. So feel free to let me know about this, because I am sure that I am not alone in this case, and that somebody could say that they relate. I'm sure of that. At some point there needs to be someone who is not a huge fan of the remote either. So that's how our Spidertron army on a budget is going to work, unless I get more Spidertrons, which is work in progress. We have a lot of resources put into those Spidertrons production, as well as I'm trying to get as many resources I can for the personal laser defense. And you might ask, why am I using personal laser defense? It is easy. Because rockets would probably cost a lot more. And that's something I need to stick with for now until I get some more weapons. And I will have to produce more weapons, even if I hate the idea. But this is something I can't fight anymore, even if there have been 6 Spidertrons made, and almost all of them have 3 units of the personal laser defense. It's just getting very difficult to get rid of so many biters. And I am trying to get into the nests, so it's not about fighting the biters, it's about trying to bamboozle them and allow them to get near the nest, but sometimes it's so annoying. It is slowing down other spiders. The other spiders don't have exoskeletons. It's difficult. But you can definitely get Spidertron army on a budget. It's just going to be much more annoying, time-consuming to get rid of the bigger nest clusters, just like something you see on the screen right now. Come on, come on, come on. The best way would be for these spiders to get the exoskeletons, but I believe that I had really hard time producing the portable fusion reactor that I call the personal coffee machine as well, because it reminds me of the coffee machine from The Sims 1. And you already reminded me that this is a reference to Back to the Future. Alright, I agree. But at first glance, it is coffee machine. It gives you energy. It has to be the coffee machine. Alright, I can see that there is the train that is out of fuel. Let's see which one. I'm sure that I know which one. The copper one. Not the copper one. Which one? Told you, the copper one. But the other copper one. The copper that I didn't expect. Fine. I mean, we can manage without copper for a while, especially because we got all of these nests so close. The more of the spawning points we're going to get rid of, the better. I am getting really worried and frustrated over all of those biters chasing, and especially all of that acid that is slowing down. I don't have any type of defenses against the acid. I never cared about that. Blazer was trying to let me know, hey, you should actually build this. And I was like, I don't have the resources. So it's on a budget. But we're managing for now. If two witches were watching two watches, which witch would watch which watch? Oh, good old times when I was reading the tongue twisters. Thank you for the reminder, Inter. It's been a while. I don't think that the tongue twisters are going to be used again as the channel point reward. It was a great kind of practice to me. But I have noticed that you want to use it against me. Not everyone, but you want to use it to make sure which is my native language, and I don't like this idea. But yeah, these were good times, especially the tongue twister that you made, Inter. The one about buying cheap sheep and shipping the cheap sheep to the ship shore. I hope that this time I pronounce it right. I am very frustrated already with all of that fight, but if we clear up this nest cluster, unfortunately there is a reason behind that, because I want for every station to be safe, for every train station to be safe. And in order to make it safe, I would like to make 2 crude oil yields. There is like a giant one out there. I would like to make an oil station that is joined, so I let myself know that I want both of these yields to be connected and make it into one station. So no matter which direction the crude oil is coming from, I don't care about that. I just want to load it and transfer it through the highway. And the highway, at least according to my concept in the head, that seems to be really good. It's supposed to be more than one train track that can be used by multiple trains, and it can be used by this oil station as well as any other oil stations that are marked as highway. So I could kind of build less, have less of the issues with managing all of those rails, and to make sure that I am not building two-way train and that this train track cannot be used anymore. It's what happens right there. There is not much of the shared rail right there, but this, at least according to my plans, I would like for this unloading station to be the main unloading station. And the more train tracks I add, the more parts of the train tracks need to be shared. And in some places on the map, especially in this area, this is a pure spaghetti. If I am not mistaken, at least one of those trains need to wait for the right signal at least 3 times. At least 3 times. So there is this madness going on. I made it work somehow. I don't know how I made this work, but this shouldn't exist in the first place. And when I used a certain train area, like the certain part of the track, no other train can use it, and I have very, very long pieces of tracks that can't be used at the moment because one of the trains is already using it, is waiting to be unloaded, let's say just like this one, but I can't really do anything about that because this train is going to use exactly the same way to get back. Awful situation. I really want to address that. Butter Chicken, hello, good to see you. Guys, we can officially start the weekend. Tell me, what are your weekend plans? Mine is hopefully trying to spend some time with Laser, some quality time. And get rid of more personal stuff, which I am dealing with for months already. And I think that it's more of the mental struggle than the amount of stuff that I need to handle. I'm going to play Workers and Resources all night and regret tomorrow morning. But can you actually call it a fun thing if you're going to regret it the next morning? What about playing all night? If you don't have anything to do the next day, then why should you blame yourself tomorrow morning? Maybe you could do all of that fun stuff without blaming yourself. Maybe that's some kind of option. Did you have that feeling of regret many times that you planned to wake up early? Let's say, I want to wake up early Saturday morning. I'm going to get so much done, and then many things can happen. You end up waking up late and you feel that regret that you planned something and now all of the plans are ruined. Well, I will enjoy the game, but being 30 doesn't make it easier to stay awake all night. I know. I know, I'm in my 30s as well. A friendly reminder, but my brain is still squishy. Honestly, I was never able to stay awake all night, let's say to party. But if I can reverse my sleeping schedule, I work better. My work performance is better during the night. Kiddos, oh yeah, I know. Inter spoke up and now we can't complain that we are in our 30s. Fine, Inter, fine. Please don't do the age shaming here. But yeah, I am going to feel old soon because my birthday is coming in about a month from now. I mean less than a month. And I need to stream that day because we need to get the birthday cake from Mads Mikkelsen in Death Stranding. So I need to keep that as the reminder. But yeah, you called me a kiddo. Meanwhile, I feel old. Let me see which day is my birthday actually. Is it the stream day? If it's not, I will try to make like a very small stream. But wait for it. Oh, it's Saturday. We can make a short Saturday stream, I think. Anyway, Inter, I hope that you will call me a kiddo on my birthday. At least I will feel a bit younger. Dirty Mind is a joy forever. Is a joy as long as you're alive, I guess. Okay, come on, biters. I don't like the situation. Come on, come on, come on. And we got a beautiful uranium spot here that we're not using. Remember the challenge? The challenge is supposed to be... I lost my train of thoughts. My challenge is based on using my own blueprints only, the blueprints that I have created during this run. The only blueprints that are allowed are the balancers. I don't care about coming up with the same idea over and over again for the balancers. That's the only exception, and we're going for the steam power plant. Nothing else. I've been waiting my whole life to be a dirty old man. Is 30 technically middle age? Might be. I think so. I don't know really. Some people say that it's an awesome part of their life. And sometimes you can kind of feel like you're missing out on something, right? So I don't know really. At least I have similar topics to some other people because of my illnesses, so I guess that at least there is some common ground with a little bit older people than me. No, I'm not going to be that worried about that or anything. I haven't decided what I would do when I grow up. I think that many people have got this problem. It would be nice to have some kind of guideline or to get support from parents, for example, or from family members in general, in order to make mistakes, in order to try new things, in order to find their hobbies. And it's something that, let's say, I had the time to do for the past 10 years, but not really before that. So I might feel like I have missed out a little bit of life in my 20s. You don't see many 20-year-olds with a burnout or stress disorder. I think that stress disorder might actually happen to everyone. I'm sitting here putting together a cursed mod pack for Factorio. How cursed is that? Does it involve explosives? Does it involve something else? Laserrick, tell us. Or maybe it's a secret. I don't know. If it's not a secret, let us know. I am curious now. I need to know. Fine. Everybody fixed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 6 Spidertrons. I need to save all the time. You know that it's very easy to lose the vehicles in my case. Come on, come on. So many turrets. Oh my god. Okay, we need to push through. Push, 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 push. I think I will try to get rid of these nests, but when we get rid of these, I don't want to get rid of anything else. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, run. Run, Forest, run. Have you ever launched a rocket in vanilla? I hope you did, Laserrick. Of course I have. It's not that obvious, actually. There are so many people who bought Factorio and haven't launched a rocket to get the achievement. We need to convince more players who already bought Factorio to launch their first rocket. Because this is what actually got me hooked on playing Factorio in the first place. I do have 600 hours in Pi mods. Rest in pieces, Laserik. Or at least your sanity. You will be remembered. What? Wait, what's that? That's a tree or that's a... Okay, tree. I'm going to clear this part of the nest like tiny bit, and I'm going back because there is no use in chasing all of these biters. There are just way too many of them. Let's get rid of the biters that already approached us. And I'm done. I'm done. I just need to unlock the oils. We can clear those up. Friendly reminder, they are not attacking, they are not evolving. So if I won't be bothering them, nothing bad should happen. Oh, let me guess, we don't have repair packs? It's so good that you can't see through my llama head that I didn't have the repair packs. But it's okay. Okay. When they keep repairing me, I will try to place down all of the pump jacks because I believe I have them somewhere. Yes, but this might not be enough. We'll see. In the meantime, Llamas, let's catch up because we are 1 hour into the stream already. Let's catch up with the previous week's Factorio Friday facts. We have been left with the cliffhanger, and I just want to read this out loud because it actually became our tradition to read Factorio Friday facts, so why not? Let's read both at the same time, I believe, like one after another. Okay. I know that you already know the date, but let's make it official on the stream. Hello! Today we want to share some exciting news. We plan to release Factorio Space Age expansion on October 21st of 2024. The reasoning for this date is that it will give us enough time after summer vacations to polish the release, while also leaving enough time afterwards if we need to do bugfix patches before the Christmas holidays. The price of the Space Age expansion will be $35, the same price as the current base game. You can wishlist the game now, and of course we want to wishlist the game. If somebody haven't done this, let's pin the message later. Factorio Space Age continues the player's journey after launching rockets into space. Discover new worlds with unique challenges, exploit their novel resources for advanced technological gains, and manage your fleet of interplanetary space platforms. The backbone of planetary logistics and the first foray into space. Space platforms are flying factories that act as the means of transportation between planets. Build defenses to shoot down incoming asteroids which threaten to smash your platform. Catch asteroid chunks, crush them, and process them into thruster fuel and turret ammunition. Use the platform hub and cargo base to shuttle cargo between planets. And we got volcanoes. Blazing volcanic mountains, imposing geological landforms, plains blanketed in ash, and thick yellow sulfuric fog that burns your lungs and etches your eyes. Extract and refine tough, unbreakable tungsten to craft big mining drills and foundries. Pull lava from the pits to produce an abundance of molten iron and copper. And also get burned in it. I swear that if it's going to kill the character to end up in lava, I will probably get there by accident. Research advanced metallurgic technologies to build an industrial forge world. And we got Fulgora. A lifeless and desolate place. The thin air is freezing cold. but bone dry. A distant sun twinkles in the dull purple of the sky. Wispy clouds race by as a gale whips up sand that grates against your armor, if you have an armor. Protect yourself from the nightly lightning storms. Harness their unrelenting power for your own electricity needs. Reclaim the high-tech scraps and ruins of a long-forgotten civilization and recycle them into usable products. Oh, I hope that this civilization is still alive and we will have to fight it. Unlock the advanced electromagnetic and superconducting powers of holmium. And we got Gleba, my favorite! Can't wait for this one. A vibrant, multicolored, swampy landscape shrouded in a light mist. The air is thick and humid, carrying the muffled cries of unseen animals from far away. Discover exotic plants, cultivate and harvest their fruits with agriculture towers. Cook, crush, and process your produce before they rot and turn to spoilage. Venture into a new realm of biochemical engineering. I want to see those creatures. I hope that they made the creatures for this planet. And I told you already, I can imagine giant fly traps that are trying to catch your character. I can imagine something that lurks in the swampy areas, in all of that mud water. Some kind of brambles, some kind of roots that are trying to catch you to make this planet literally be alive, just like in Darkwood, but with a factorial twist. And of course, elevated rails. Take your trains to the next level. Love the pun. Elevated rails bring a whole new dimension of challenge and possibility to your rail networks. Heavy-duty rail ramps and supports to elevate your rails. Cross over any obstacles, like your main bus. Build supports on the water to cross oceans. Design advanced multi-level intersections to optimize your train system. How many of the multi-levels are we talking about? Because I have really, really high hopes. And I hope it's not only one level up, that it's going to be more. Only one? I mean, still good, but I can see ways for improvement or for a mod. And I believe that you could actually think about it already. Alright. Make high tiers of quality of all your items, machines and equipment, which doesn't work for me at all, and I hope that there is going to be an easy mode that will reduce the quality needs for the items, because I might have serious issues with that. Research the new quality modules, use them to craft higher quality items and intermediates. Each level of quality gives a greater bonus. Machines craft faster, equipment is more powerful, turrets have increased range, etc. In the beyond. The journey doesn't end here, there is a lot more coming with Factorial Space Age and a lot more left to be revealed. Yay! Space Age music. Each new planet is accompanied by a unique soundtrack by Czech composer. New enemies and defenses. Yes, please. Some new planets are inhabited by unique and dangerous creatures you'll need to defend against. An enigmatic fifth planet promises some of the most unique gameplay, but it remains shrouded in mystery. It's the farthest planet from the sun, so it's dark and cold. And I hope it has got big enemies in the shadows. But that's not all. Factorial Space Age will also coincide with the release of Factorial version 2.0, which will be a free upgrade for all users. And it has got wide range of game changes, which is smarter worker robots, new rails, remote view, combinator and circuit network improvements, train control improvements, new fluid system, overhauled novice terrain generation, and more each week. And of course, release the thoughts at the usual places. We're launching the rocket right now because we need to switch to the new Factorial Friday facts. Yeah, so let me switch between the tabs, and in the meantime, just in case if somebody haven't wishlisted the game on Steam, but I hope you already did, but in case you didn't, you have the chance to do this right now. I'm going to pin this until the end of the stream. Alright. And let's switch to the next Factorial Friday facts from this week. But first, I believe that I need to stay hydrated. So let's have a be right back moment. And we will read Factorial Friday facts. After a short break, about 4 minutes, I just need to drink some water, stretch a bit, and then we will be back. Do the same, guys, so you're all refreshed before we read the new article. Meow. Hello.
Nom 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 nom.
Thank you, thank you.
Bruh. Nom 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 nom.
Nom 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 nom.
Nom 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 nom.
Meow. Hello. Alright, I'm back. Thanks for waiting. I hope that you got a good stretch as well. Because we don't want to turn into Exemplar from Darkest Dungeon 2. That would make a really strange fight. Thank you for all of the sound effects while I was gone. Let's read Factorio Friday facts for today. Welcome to our facts for the week. Signposts or bulletin boards are a common sight in video games, probably not far behind the ubiquitous wooden crate or explosive barrel. They are a nice, clean, understandable way to communicate with the player, and it was something we wanted to see in Factorio for a long time. Are you sure about that? Guys, don't you want to just leave it the way it is? Isn't that part of the fun that you're trying to figure out? What was this player planning when they built this? How does that work in the first place? I think I'm gonna get a chili cheese dog for lunch. I think this might be a really good idea, but make sure that you will eat some nice and healthy meal at home. Right, Kenny? And also, when you see bells, hack her immediately, please. Alright, let's get back to Factory Friday facts. Display panel design. The full functionality of the new display entity will be fully explained further below. For the design, all we need to know is that it is an entity that can display any icon of your choice. Item, recipe, virtual signal. The first version I saw was a signpost added by Cronen. It was a nice placeholder, and the general concept of the display entity as a signpost was something to consider. In theory, a signpost could work, but there are a few detracting factors. Number 1. A signpost is primarily a 2D structure, and by that, I mean it is tall and flat, but doesn't have much depth. If the signpost's supporting post is in the middle of the tile, then, as a tile-ish entity, that pushes the display area up and outside of the tile that the entity occupies. If the signpost, number 2, if the signpost is moved forwards so that the display keeps more within the entity tile, then as a mostly 2D structure, it looks like most of the tile behind it is unoccupied, and it looks weird when lined up with other things. Number 3. The display surface ends up as a vertical rectangle, but the icons that appear on the display are icons that are designed to be seen in a UI or horizontal plane, like the ground or a transport belt. This would make all the icons look more out of place and fight against Factorio's apparent camera projection. If any version of a signpost was going to work, then it would probably need to be more like one of those temporary road signs that sits on the ground and leans back on some triangular supporting struts. The bigger problem is that neither of these options has the right aesthetic. First design, display plate. My first design was a quick mock-up of something that would fix a lot of these problems. It would be a broad, blocky, mostly horizontal display surface that would work more naturally with the icons we have. It's more akin to a metal display plate that you might see in an old industrial museum or war memorial. The next problem is that if the icons were drawn on the surface, then really it should be squashed in the vertical axis a bit because of the camera direction. To avoid this, I tipped the surface forward slightly to face the camera. A lot of display plates are angled towards the expected head position of a standing reader, so this looked reasonable. The final thing was that the icons tended to look best and be clear on a dark grey background, so that was added too. That's about as far as I got with that idea. It wasn't intended to be a proper design and wasn't done at the usual 4x resolution of concept art. Even so, it worked better than the signpost, so it was put into the game for a few months. It even managed to sneak its way into a few FFFs. I wonder if you found all of those little sneaky display plates, because I don't remember those. But maybe some of you remember. Let me know which FFFs were these, because I would love to see that. Second design, more circuits. When the time came to do proper design, some of the requirements had changed. It was no longer just a static display. It had circuit connectivity to change the icon and more. It was also unlocked later as part of the circuit network system, along with all the combinators, the power switch, and the programmable speaker. As such, the new display entity should look like part of that level of technology. The new design is based on a combinator-style base. All of the combinators are different, so the base of the display is also the same but different, in a consistent sort of way. I like it. It reminds me of some kind of... It gives me some kind of 90s vibes. For the display face itself, I went with a CRT, or cathode ray tube. This sort of curved display surface is ideal for the aesthetic of that part of the tech tree. A screen of this sort is normally angled forward, but if you look at a lot of old NASA displays, a lot of them were angled quite heavily upward. Presumably, this is so they can be seen well from a sitting or standing position. For reasons mentioned earlier, it's the best for our icons if the display surface is closer to facing the camera, which is a 45-degree angle. The CRT screen is angled up to about 40 degrees, so it's nearly facing the screen, but you can still see some of the interesting details from the top. The first iteration of the new design was based on the whole structure rotating without changing its form per direction. This made the screen move around based on the entity orientation, which is more consistent for the shape of the object. But it wasn't great to have the icon and text be shifted to the left or right, so that had to change. The second iteration keeps the screen steady through all the rotations. This means that the shape of the structure is different for each rotation, and it was a bit of a struggle to keep the circuit connection points in reasonable places, but it worked out. We could have locked it to just one rotation, but having rotatable circuit connections is pretty important, because this is one of the few display-focused entities in the game, and having wires covering the icon is not what you want. Rotating the entity to change the circuit connection positions helps keep the screen clear. Even if you rotate it as a part of a larger combinator bank, they all rotate together and stop the wires from tangling. Also, even the constant combinator has 4 rotations, so it would be weird if the display panel only had 1. Llamas, you can probably see this already, but it looks like there is this little... How do you call that? There is this little place to put a floppy disk inside, and I like that detail. I think that it fits the overall part of the logic components really, really well. So good job whoever came up with it. I really like it. The design is pretty new, so we'll need to test it more before calling it final. There is no 3D model yet. That will be made if we decide that we're happy with this version. It's decent version already. I think that it might work. Let's read the functionality part. The display panel, at its most core and simplest, is just a way to show messages to players. So that was the natural first feature. In the display panel UI, players can type a message to be shown. By default, the message is only visible when the display panel is hovered by the player. Sometimes though we want the information to be visible at all times, so we added an option to set the text to always show in alt mode. Oh no, wait. Does that mean that we will have to see it in the alt mode? Because I would prefer to have a choice. I want to see what is being produced at the assembling machines, but I would prefer not to see any of these messages, and I want to have the option to turn them on and off without turning on or off all of the recipes that are being made in the assembling machine. So I am not sure how it's going to work. I hope that they will do this separately. Modules don't touch, if there are any modules on the build, by the way. And cleaning up belts, that's a task for me, usually. For short messages, it is okay, but we can't just spam whole paragraphs on the player's screen all the time. So we made it that only the first line of text will show, and the full message appears only when hovered. So we get modules don't touch, And if somebody is hovering over it, modules don't touch. Every time I come back to base, all the modules are gone. Seriously, stop stealing them. It's beyond frustrating. I put them in the chest for a reason. Okay, next time, when I am going to put something in the chest, I will have this tiny excuse that I put it in the chest for a reason. Feel free to remind me about that. Showing icons. Next, it felt natural that we allow setting an icon to show. It doesn't really need any explanation. You pick an icon and it's drawn on the entity. Except we took it a step further with the show in chart option, which takes the usage of the display panel to the next level. Okay, so if I understand correctly, this is somehow connected to... Okay, it's showing chart, so it's like this this view that you can see with the train stations, right? And then is it going to be connected to the map in general? Because I might be mistaken, but probably showing chart option is different from the map that you open, right? The map that I can open in the game itself, like this. All right, but let's get back because I lost the I lost the window. There is the option to always show or show in chart. Show the chosen icon and the first line of text in the map charts. Okay, so any map charts, fine. That actually answers my question. Clicking the icon on the map opens the signpost for easy editing. This is quite similar to the custom tag system. Okay, I will explain in a second. This is quite similar to the custom tag system, but doesn't need any manual management when you add or remove part of your factory. And of course, CoverX made it work with the new parametry-sized blueprints. So stamping down a standard design will have the display panel with the correct icon with perfect alignment. Oh wow, there are going to be many other things. Oh, there is this new module that they were talking about. This is something related to the platform, I guess. Those engines, I believe. What's that? Maybe something that would destroy the asteroids, something like that. But I like this turret in the first place. Yeah. Connecting the display panel to the circuit network opens a whole can of worms. Initially, we didn't know how to do it. Entering text with circuit network isn't something that can be done. So we decided on a simple system. You specify a list of messages, each with its own condition. The list is evaluated top to bottom. You can drag to rearrange them. Oh, thanks! The first message that passes its condition is shown. What do we have here? Iron low, copper low, plastic low. Everything is okay. Okay, Llamas, let's make it clear how many players are going to accidentally trigger everything is okay. I can't believe that. Okay. Maybe Sam, maybe Inter, maybe Laserig, but not me. So we might want to use it in a certain way. Because if I will ever get to everything is okay, we need to make it into something special. I already have an idea for that. Alright, everything is okay, like... I feel called out at this point that this is like... There is no spoon achievement. You want it? but you can't get it. And I know there is no spoon can be achieved in multiplayer, but I am stubborn, so I don't want to achieve it in multiplayer. Alright, getting back to the article. We also added the functionality of using the any signal as a wildcard for setting the icon, so you can make dynamic combinator displays. Okay, nice. There are so many new things that can be done. Wait, what do we have here? A combinator bank selects a recipe for all the crashers and the display panel shows the current output. I guess that these are the crashers. And I guess that this was mentioned earlier. Help, I can't find the any key. Bougie, hello! Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is in your time zone. Good to see you. Let's have another shout out to Bougie, who is a Factorio streamer. How is life treating you? What are your plans for the weekend? And how much hyped you are for the Factorio 2.0 and the DLC? Tell us everything. And you're welcome. I was just joking about that everything is okay, that it's not possible to get everything is okay, that we will have to celebrate it in some way when I ever get it. Ever. Pretty excited. Yep, the countdown already started, and that was such a cliffhanger that they have done. Like 2 FFFs ago, they left us with such a cliffhanger. I was so salty about it. Come on. We use the display panels quite a bit in our office LAN parties. They are great in multiplayer where communication is key. But why would you do that? That's the point. That you leave something, you build something, you leave it for somebody else to figure it out. What the hell is that? Why would you build something like this and you just leave it as the mystery to be uncovered, right? That would be fun. Also, I believe that you have typed part of your command line, Bougie, if I'm not mistaken. Display panels will be coming for free as part of the base game 2.0 update. Fair. When playing with the new fastest transport belts, I noticed a problem. In some situations, even the fastest inserters were not able to pick up items from belts. They would just about reach it, but miss it. A similar problem that was always in the game is burner inserters not being able to reliably pick up items from express transport belts. A problem which I personally found annoying and with no gameplay benefit. In general, in my opinion, the burner inserters have no gameplay benefit, but it's okay, they are important until you get solar panels. When you get solar panels, you can do something else and finally get rid of all of the burner inserters. But we'll get to that if I remember. So we got the underground green transport belt. Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah, they almost catch it, but they can't catch anything. Oh, these ones have some issues as well. Burner inserters not able to pick up from express transport belts. Looking at them in slow motion, especially in the burner inserter example, it looks like the hand reaches the items just fine. So it should just pick it up if it's close enough. Yes, and it can't like catch it. Just like you have those toy machines, like the claw machines, that allow you to win a toy and you just can't catch the toy. That is the matter of the power in your base. Implementing some simple snapping should fix both issues. As usual, it was not that simple. Inserters have two independent movement speeds: rotation speed, how fast the arm spins on its base, and extension speed, how fast the hand extends and retracts. After some debugging, it turned out that the extension speed was just too slow. The arm would rotate to the correct angle, but the hand would take its sweet time to reach the correct length. So buffing this value for the inserters helped. I also improved the snapping logic, so inserters will snap better to the item when it's close enough. Alright, it looks good to me, yeah. Even if I don't like the long-handed inserters. It is a good way to get them to miss items on an underfilled belt. Maybe. I just avoid the burner inserters. When I reach the solar panels, it's instant decision. With the changes, both issues are fixed. Inserters are now more consistent, less prone to frustrating failures, and also gives them a small buff when taking from transport belts. As always, display your thoughts at the usual places and we launch the rocket. 3, 2, 1, let's go. It is a dumb solution to a simple problem. There is no dumb solutions until it creates the next problem. Much more complex, I would say. And we got through both Factorio Friday facts from this week and from the past week. And we can get back to Factorio, so I will show you my idea. Probably many of you are using the same thing. Oh, by the way, you can redeem your name in the game for just placing it on the map if you want to. Also, there are 2 names for Spidertrons available. Anyway, let's get back to the power plant. As I mentioned before, I really dislike the burner inserters because usually when there is some fuel on the belt, let's assume that there is not enough of fuel on the belt and you need to fill the belt again so you can feed the boilers. But you can't feed the boilers because your burner inserters, they need to kind of feed themselves first before anything else happens. So I'm not saying that this is a waste of fuel or anything. I'm just saying that sometimes I was having so little fuel that even this one unit could start my boiler but was put into the burner inserter. So what I do is I have a separate power line. You can see it, that these ones that stick to the steam engines, they are my main power line, and this is where all of the energy is produced and transferred to all the other places on the map. But there is the separate electric network that is connected only to the inserters, and these can be fast inserters, regular ones. I just don't use burners anymore. And I just plug it into solar panels and I add accumulators. Of course, I need to be very careful with connecting all of these electric poles. So I'm sure that they connect only to the fast inserters and not to steam engines. So it is completely independent, tiny network, but it works so well. And I don't have any issues with that. That's my solution. And it is even connected to the pump. I believe that these pumps are pumping water because we got an offshore pump. That's fine, that doesn't need energy. But then I want to push the fluid forward because I have those storage tanks and I want to make sure that I have a little bit of storage and then that I push the water with the pump. And this is connected to the same network that the inserters are connected to, and it worked so well for so long that I just stick to that. There is something that I seriously haven't thought about, Llamas. And I think that having constant issue with the Spidertron trunk. When I had only one, there was always something in the inventory that was very annoying to me. And by the way, we need to make this permanent. Maybe you have a good way of figuring out putting different set of items onto different Spidertrons in order to make building much easier, and that you're not going to just have everything in one place and it's messed up, because right there we got oil refineries that we don't need, we got many rails, but at the same time we got cliff explosives, and I'm like, it doesn't work. And all the other Spidertrons, they are clean, like they don't have anything in the inventory. That's a good idea. I wish I had thought of that. Do you mention the solar panels stuff? I have a little bit of delay with the stream, so you might have heard that a little bit later than I said it. Just in case, don't be surprised. I got about 30 seconds of delay between what I say and Twitch or YouTube. Oh, the robot reserved slots. I think I saw that on Interstream, and I have seen that he was doing that for the trains. So I thought that if you can do this for trains, then you can do it for Spidertrons, and it works the same way for Spidertrons. So I'm glad that you have learned something on my channel. I am glad. Yeah, always happy to help. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? Okay, there is 7. Llama can count to 7. This is good news. But I would like to put the pump jacks in the way that I could connect everything with the least amount of pipes. It has burned me inserting into trains. I never use trains for any type of transportation like materials that I use for building. I just don't do that. I only have the trains that are transporting either crude oil or some kind of ore. Nothing else. I believe that I mentioned before that I am a true noob when it comes to handling the trains. I was not joking. See, I'm out of pipes again. It mostly burns me for building. Usually I have the production trains haul one item. Yes, I do exactly the same thing. It's just easier to me. I don't have to bother myself with what am I putting into this train? Why have I put so much of the stuff that I don't really need? It's simple. I need simplicity. And in this case, it might be a little bit weird, but I am going to use only one main pipe, I would say, in order to extract all of that oil. It shouldn't matter that much because this yield is like additional yield that I am taking care of because it is close to that yield, and I haven't seen a yield that is so big. I didn't use this one so far. That's a lot of oil. That's a lot of oil. Oh my god, that's a lot of plastic. Barbie dolls are safe from now on. Everything is going to use one pipe, so at the very beginning it's going to be a bit of a problem because I know that all of these pump jacks, they will be able to pump quite a lot of crude oil, but then when this amount of oil when this becomes less effective, so when the pumping speed is going to be less effective, everything is going to end up in one pipe anyway, so I don't mind. We can wait for that oil because the other oil yield is so much more important. Great, I forgot the pumps for some reason. I will make two. I will try to add one onto one of the Spidertrons, and I think I'm going to use the purple one, not Inters. I believe that it was Kenny who has got the purple Spidertron. Yes, purple is the closest to water. Wait a minute. Okay, Laserik wanted yellow. Alright, so nobody claimed the blue. Or actually, black is the closest to the oil, but we will do everything related to pipes right there. So what I want to do is I want to keep one item. I don't even have to keep that item, but I need to have it in the first place. And let's make it permanent. So I have a ghost that the pumps should go here. And pipes to ground should go here. At least I will try to remember that this is the place to store pipes. And let's do the same thing for the construction robots. And the pump jacks. I need to start making this kind of setup for every Spidertron, otherwise it's so difficult to remember where I put something again. Imagine this, guys. I can't even keep organized belt. Many of those spots are used by exactly the same items, and I always blame myself for not getting it done, for not making one simple method of keeping all of the stuff in the nice order. But at least I can try to do that for Spidertrons, and then maybe later I will think of something, but probably I will try to reorganize that off stream. Unless you have some ideas, guys, and we would like to discuss it. Also, Llama, it just got me thinking. Oh my god, you silly Llama. I mentioned that it doesn't matter for how long will we have to wait in order for these pump jacks to pump the oil, because this is just, you know, temporary thing. We will have a buffer. I always like to have a buffer. And then we will do exactly the same thing at the second yield. But why I never put any beacon around those? These pump jacks are not working so well anymore. The expected resources are lower than when I discovered that yield. Why I haven't put any of the beacons? I put so much attention into working on this beaconed electric furnaces setup, but I haven't used beacons for something that should be like natural to me. Okay, the oil is being pumped slower. Let's make it pump faster. Why I haven't done this? I just feel the need to bonk myself for this because this is silly. And guess what? We're out of pump jacks. I came here to build pump jacks and eat hay, and I am all out of pump jacks. I might be out of the pump jacks, but I am not out of hay bricks. Better luck next time, Kenny. But I was just numbing a little bit. I'm munching on the carrots that are about to... I am about to eat all of them in a second.
Nom 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 nom.
I will make 2 lines for this. Do you have the paste option? Yes. Let's make it roughly here, because I want to put the pump anyway. Almost lunchtime with bells. Have some good gnomes and remember to hug her from me, please. This is terrible, Llamas. I was trying to get as many items as I can because I planned to build pump jacks here. I planned to throw in a little bit of mining stations. And still, I am out of all of the materials. Maybe it would be better to try to build some kind of highway already and then get the train to the station automatically and plan what I would like to load on the train. But I am a little bit worried if it's not going to be too much of the work for what it's worth. Of course, I know that you can make awesome trains, guys. I know that. I have seen that. You have special builder trains, and I would love to have something similar. But maybe not now. I think that it will be so much easier to just drag all of those Spidertrons behind me and try to make them specialized for certain building... I don't want to say challenges, for the certain building tasks. I have one more idea that could possibly work. But in order to not make everything more complex than it really is, it would be nice to find a way for the rails to be built like straight rails only. So I can build this one of the lines of the highway, so I would know how many of the biters do I need to get rid of. But also, I would already have some kind of transportation system because, well, I need to admit that having so many Spidertrons and just getting back to base all the time, it's annoying. You can probably imagine the struggle at this point. I would like to be able to build a straight rail that is not going to touchy any of those patches. So I could extract coal, I could extract iron, I could extract copper or oil, whatever, but I need to put it in the way. I will probably have to clear this area, and I didn't want to, and this area, to kind of end up somewhere in this spot. But I just want one straight line, otherwise I will probably mess up something and we will end up with this kind of spaghetti that you can see right there, which I really want to avoid this time. And I want to build another lane and then build all of those transitions so the train can change the train track if it needs to, but of course this is distant future. For now I just need to remember about the amount of pipes that I need to pick up and the amount of pump jacks that are being made. I remember that I made this production somewhere. Yes, I did. Lucky you, Llama. And we're putting this on Kenny's robot. Right. And we get pumps and we get storage tanks. So Kenny will have to use some of the construction bots, and that is going to be a little bit weird task because I would have to pick Kenny's robot and enable logistics, but to add one of those personal roboports, I can't do that yet because we need to get rid of quite a lot of biters. So in order for the Spidertron army on a budget, it would be the best to have purely fighting robots and purely building robots. And I just can't imagine doing that without the basic RTS functions. So you mark more than one entity and then you move more entities with a single right mouse button click, and you send them somewhere. Am I going to forget about something? Probably. Let's turn off the personal roboport and I will try to build that straight rail that I was talking about, but we don't have any locomotive and we don't have any cargo wagons, and I pretend that I have any of the plates, because the plates are a serious issue, and I'm not even pretending. This is a basic issue that I have for a very long time. Also, we need to give some fuel, add some fuel to the train. Oh no, not this one. Wait. I messed up. Okay. How do you do that? Shift and right click to reset. Left click on Laserix Spidertron to connect it. Now we control left click to follow the main Spidertron Yes. And I need to clear it. Shift right click. This Spidertron, and you... Yes, you better stay at the black Spidertron. Alright, I will pick a little bit of the materials, a little bit of fuel. That is not coal. I need those, you know, solid blocks, solid fuel. We will fill the train. We will add some fuel to the train, and I can just try to build another station. I will make just one cargo wagon. I want to make something that works, but something that is not going to be a problem for a future llama. And usually that's the root of our problem, or at least that's the root of my problem. Let's go, llamas. Which fuel station was that? I think that it was copper, the main copper unloading station. It is quite new, so I have put only a little bit of the fuel there. I am not surprised why there is nothing in here. But let's make sure that... Yeah, alright, this is the train, I think. Is this the train? Yes, we're going here. Yes. And there is something missing. Oh, yeah. Alright, there is requester chest missing. But I think that we can add it. Yes, we can add it. Alright, so this train needs fuel. And I couldn't get more fuel, but we got some other fuel. Okay, the logistic request is going to work, so the root of the problem was the lack of the requester chest right there. I already tried to request some of the wood, because I know that the wood is my last resort, and many times it proved itself useful. As much as I dislike it, as much as I know it is not providing a lot of fuel, I need to have it just in case. I wish I could mark the train tracks like this on the map already. Alright, so I need something like this, and I was planning to make this rails longer. So that would kind of resolve my issue, but I am eyeballing it, and I think it's too close to that coal. On the other hand, it is probably the best place, and I might just keep the rails straight this way. I mean, who knows? Who knows, because the rails are going crazy when I am handling them. Let's disconnect some rails in order to still use that train tracks, because I'm not planning to use them this way for now. And I guess that this time I have to use the train. Pray for the llamas. By the way, I think that this is Copper Station. Yes, and the train is still working. If the train is working, that's fine. Yep. We're not interrupting anything. I just needed some kind of guideline. Something that I was already using to try to make a very similar direction for the train tracks. Trigger warning, this might be a huge mess. And I always hope that I am going to put the straight rails everywhere, but somehow it doesn't work this way. Wait a minute, have I used up all of the fuel? We still got some fuel on the main Spidertron do we? I'm not salty about all of this. I'm not salty. Llamas, this is temporary. This is all of this is temporary. I am just going to get those bullets. I can blame me and myself only for all of this. Also, a friendly reminder, we still got 2 orange Spidertrons, which means that they don't have a name. So you can redeem the name in the game and choose your own color. I could get the logistic request. No, I would have to activate all of the... No, it's not going to work. Never mind. We have to build through the forest really slowly because I want to keep all of those trees. And of course I could just cut down those trees and use them as the fuel for the train. Like, it doesn't make any difference. But seriously, I haven't thought of this at that point. I was just frustrated by forgetting something again. I just don't like to forget things. This is hell for the llamas. If you would like to send me to hell, that would be a hell where I plan factorial rails for the bots to build, and that I struggle all the time because I'm getting random curves that I have to remove later. Exactly what I am doing right now. But forever. In hell. Factorio 2.0. I am waiting. I can't wait. Seriously. And we don't have the explosives because I left them at my main Spidertron, I believe. Yes. But now I don't have enough of the construction bots, am I right? No, there is enough of the construction bots. They are just lazy. Now we're talking. It's a hell for llamas. Even if that should be nice, it's not nice. Alright, so for the rail building station, I should have a train that would have a cargo wagon, and in this cargo wagon I can keep as many of the train tracks as I want. I can try to put things that I would usually use at the station. But then I would have to transfer everything to my inventory anyway, because the train doesn't have its own logistic bots. So that doesn't resolve my issue. I cannot do that effectively for some reason. And I wish I could do this differently, but here we are. But at least my main Spidertron has got some of these rails. Poor spiders, they are going to be bored so much. but they unlocked quite a lot of the area. Of course, I'm still worried because there is a huge nest in front of us. This is not even like a single nest. This is like a huge cluster. And this is what I'm talking about. And the second one is even worse. And also we got coal that is probably getting in my way. That I am definitely not happy about. But in order for my plan to work, I need all of the straight rails. And if I won't get straight rails, I will turn it into a spaghetti. Cannot insert wood. So we will get some spiders to take over the wood. I don't know which one. Whatever. I will have the fuel. Okay, Inter. You take care of the trains. You will keep all of the fuel. Even the rocket fuel. And wood, you will keep all of it. Feel free to remind me. What is your train responsible for? So we got Kenny's train as everything that is related to liquids. And Inter's train, so Kenny's train is purple. Sorry, not the train, the Spidertron. And Inter's Spidertron is supposed to handle everything that is connected to fuel. So in this case, all of the fuel for now. Is there a way? Oh, no way. Is that so simple? I just held control button at the same time, but I don't think this is supposed to work like that. I just want to build straight rail. For a moment, I hit control button, but I am not sure if this is going to help me. I just want to build all the straight rail. Is there any button that I should push to keep the rails straight at all times? And we are definitely getting into the coal. So I made another problem. Obviously, I was eyeballing it, and I could see that coming. Guess how I am going to bypass it? I don't even want to think about it. Let's say that I was right, and I am upset because I was right. But let's continue. There will be a small victory when I finish that. That's all we need for now. I know some of you need to insert the wood, but you can't. I know, I get it. Fine, fine. Give me a second. We got double trouble. We got the biters as neighbors, but also we are getting straight into the coal patch. I think that the biters are not so bad, after all. My ideas are bad, after all. Okay, set all things fuel related, but in this case I need to put something on Laserik. Laserik is going to hold all of the stone and copper and everything else. Of course, I could try to put things into logistic trash slots and then put all of the personal roboports into the equipment of every Spidertron and make the logistic requests. So if I have the bots and the Spidertrons would have bots, I could really make that work by requesting stuff from my character or my Spidertron. But that would take way too much of the time, and I have the goal to do something else for now. I think this would be a good option, but there are so many things that I do that are so chaotic that this wouldn't make much sense at this point. And I think that we need to stop building. Because of our friends waiting. Oh, straight into goal. Oh, that's a bummer. That's a fail. That's such a big fail. Come on. And of course, I could bypass it. Like, I could just build around it, and that would resolve the issue, but then I would have to do it for every other railroad that I'm about to build, because I want to have, like, at least 2 rails, so the trains can go both ways, and I would like for them to be connected in the way that the trains can change the lanes. And I wanted to have straight rails for that particular reason. Okay, turn off the bots and let's get into that mess. If I could just use the opportunity for the bots to destroy as much of the nest as possible, to get into the nests without triggering the biters in the first place, that could work. So, getting out of the woods, my Spidertron is not attacking anyone. It doesn't have personal laser defense. Only the robots that are following use the personal laser defense. So I think I could do something about it. Of course, I get all of the awesome ideas, at least I think about them as awesome ideas for now. But when it comes to any execution of these ideas, when it comes to actually making them come true, it ends up a little bit different. I think that there are so many things that could possibly be done with spiders that I am not aware of, that I probably came up with right now, but somebody is already doing that. Alright, we have a huge cluster again, and this is not going to benefit us at all. It is just going to give me a sense of safety, because I want to have the train tracks around the coal to avoid getting it in the way, because I want to mine that coal in the long run, and I am working on mining productivity. So I assume that this mining is going to take a lot of time. Yeah. I would really like to avoid it. I would prefer to avoid it, guys. Like, there is... If I could just leave them, they're not going to attack the train because they are peaceful. At least in this setup, they are peaceful. Do I really want to do this? Okay, now they are attacking me, but maybe we'll get rid of some of the threats. Don't give up! Inter Spider! Run! Oh my god, Inter has died! Oh, yep, that was a cluster that was too big. In this case... Oh, no, we're not saving, we're loading. I don't want to lose any of the Spidertrons because they are way too precious. I just use so many of the resources to make them. I don't want to lose them. So at least we're going to destroy the nests that we can destroy. Fine. Let's get back. Let's get back. Inter, hold on! Inter! Inter, no, we lost Inter again. Do not autosave! Boom. Red was supposed to be faster. Come on. Okay, can't get into the whole nest. Okay, just a quick visit and we move back. We move back. And now we have lost a random Spidertron. Our little Spidertron army on a budget is not going to work, so I will load not the autosave. So I will load the game and see if we can make either more of the personal laser defense. I don't want to put any of the exoskeletons. I don't want to put more than one because I don't want for the fusion reactor to have issues with the exoskeleton and all of the laser defense. Can we get more spiders? There is always a solution, and the solution might be more spiders. Personal laser defense is not being made for some reason. And why is that? Item ingredient shortage. Which item? This item. What is the source of it? It might be green circuits. It might be blue circuits. Wait a minute. I think that these are green circuits. Wow. Wow, the green circuits are gone. They are non-existent. Everything is being put into the blue circuit production. There is no green circuits at all. This is a crisis, like serious crisis. No wonder that everything else works, because if you don't have the electronic circuits in the first place, you can't produce most of the stuff. Well, we need to keep this amount of spiders for now. So yeah, destroy as many nests as you can and just run, just run, just run. Just run. Run, 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 little things, run. Okay, we almost lost Laserix. Spidertron. But we need to bamboozle the biters. Okay, this is not great in the long run, because I know that they will spawn again. But I have managed to destroy maybe one nest. I'm always fodder, no matter the game. And this is strange, Laserix, because before I was about to lose your Spidertron, I have lost Inter's Spidertron twice, and as you might know, Dread is supposed to be faster, and it wasn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8? Inter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Okay, we got all of the spiders. Whew. And all of that happened even if I would put the rails a little bit different way. I would have to get rid of that cluster, and I knew that. I am trying to work on some kind of highway so I can have more than one railway, but then all of the trains can switch to another lane. That would be awesome. Red shirts always die first though, but they should move faster. Red means fast. Not working for Factorio apparently. Alright, move back, move back, move back. I just need to do the minimum. I don't like the idea, but I have to bamboozle them. And the acid is slowing all of the spiders down. Of course, I could try to use some kind of defenses, but this means using all of the other materials again. And in our case, it's going to be quite difficult because I don't know if you have seen the situation happening on the main bus laser rig, but we got some of the electronic circuits production and then everything ends up at the blue circuit production. So we are completely out of the green circuits that should be provided to make personal laser defense for the Spidertrons and to make Spidertrons in the first place, because I believe that we need some kind of source. No, not in this case, but we barely get any blue circuits anyway. It's a bit of struggle. 1, 2, okay, let's count all of the spiders again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, I can't afford to lose any of the Spidertrons. Let's see if we have any on hand. We should have 3 slots available. There's only 1 that has been made. There's item ingredient shortage coming from, yeah, coming from the rocket launcher, and the rocket launcher needed the green circuits, as I said. It seems like something works, but nothing works, because we just don't see how many units need electronic circuits that are not provided. Can I just get rid of a few of the nests? Not all of the nests, just a few. At the same time, and I will give up for a moment, and then I will get back. I just don't want to fight all the time, because I really want to get this train track done. I just want to get rid of the biters that are the closest. Like, I want to destroy the nests that are the closest to these rails that I am about to build. We're done. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we got 7 spiders. Fine, I'm done for now. And now let's plan the worst part, actually, because yes, I want to have the train tracks in this spot. Yes. Can I build a straight rail as a ghost only? Oh yeah. We need the robots. So this is going to be the path. Okay, for now, let's keep it like that. I am not bothered by this. We don't need that much of the coal anyway. We can produce a lot of plastic, but I believe that we still have plenty of coal. If we're not going to use that 25 million patch, we might use this 8.5 million patch. We still have 1.2 million right there, or we got 4.1 million right there that is still in use. I am just trying to find excuses to not feel guilty for just getting straight through the coal. Yeah, that coal patch is non-existent for now. We are making this work. I just hope that none of the other ore patches are going to be affected, and that by moving the spiders towards me, that I'm not going to trigger any of the biters that you can see to the east. In my opinion, they were pretty close, and they were still pretty close. I just don't want to fight them all the time. So as an experiment, I think I can say yes, the Spidertron army on a budget is working. But it is just a lot of work when it comes to the amount of nests. There is a huge amount of nests. But now we have the highway, like the first railway for the highway. Train highway. Train railway. The thing. Happy lurking, Laserrick. You know, the thing. That's what I am talking about. The thing. So we're doing the thing. And when we finish this, I would like to get straight towards the crude oil yields. And of course, we still got 2 clusters to get rid of, but now it's just building as far as I can. I am not going to avoid the biters because I know that at some point I might attack them by accident, and if I attack them by accident, they might want to attack the train as well. Or anything else that I have built. That's why I am trying to be very cautious around those biters and those clusters. These are just big clusters at this point. I don't know if I ever got so far in the game, like so far on the map. I think that my first playthrough was pretty far, but not this time. Oh, Kenny wants to steal my hay bricks again on Twitch. Alright, Kenny. Let's see if better luck next time is going to work this time. And yes, congratulations, Kenny. Have you hacked bells? Have you nommed already? I hope so. I hope that you said hi to her from me. And that she's alright. And that she feels better in general. Hacked and nommed bells. Actually... No, I can't comment on that. I can't. I just can't. Nom the food, hack bells. Not the other way around, Kenny. Ouch! This is way too close. Oh, this is way too close. All right. Oh, Llama. I need my little spiders to help me. Oh. We're going straight towards this nest. There is no way I'm going to avoid it. Okay, I might avoid that cluster, but I won't avoid this one. If we go straight through everything, then I need to be consistent with my choices, even if I don't like that. I really don't like this idea. But also, I would like to see if there is... If this cluster is any bigger, please tell me it's not. Ooh, that's a relief. Seriously, this is a relief. I was thinking that all of that dark area that I haven't discovered yet, that it's going to be full of biter nests. Good for me, not this time. Do you have much work today, Kenny? Or do you have a little bit of time to lurk on the streams? I always appreciate you lurking, but you know that I'm getting stressed over it. I hope that nobody is going to be angry at you. It's been super dead all day. Maybe it's good. Sometimes you need a little bit of downtime. Is it related to the weather or is it related to something else? If you don't mind me asking, of course. Bells is talking about maybe going to see Longlegs tonight. Longlegs? What is that? Is that some kind of new movie that I haven't heard of because I live under the rock? It's a beautiful day, so I assume people are at the beach. So probably they will end up at the store the next day when it turns out that they have lost their glasses. Alright, this cluster was not so big. This cluster was alrighty cluster. We can still build stuff. Okay, we will get that little thing today. And of course I am out of all of the repair packs. But we're getting the highway. It's not as good as I hope it is. Longlegs is a horror movie where Nicolas Cage is the bad guy. What? Nicolas Cage is a bad guy? No way. There is no way. I'm sorry, but I have this really weird idea of Nicolas Cage. He can't be a bad guy in the movie. It's not possible. I don't remember the movie title, but remember when he was an angel? It's the movie like from the 90s, if I'm not mistaken. And he fell in love with a woman, and he wanted to become human for her, obviously. City of Angels, probably, but I am not sure. And I always keep in mind the way he was looking at her and this face expression, you know, like very, I don't know how to call it, but you know, kind of romantic movie face expression that I can't get out of my head. So I can't imagine Nicolas Cage being a bad guy, a badass of some sort. I just can't. Sorry, but I can't. I just dropped that trailer in your Discord in Movies and TV channel. Thank you. I will check that out. Definitely check that out. But I wonder why... Where does that name come from? Because as far as I know, there is a type of spider that is called daddy long legs in English. So it's like this type of spider that has got really, really long legs. And if it's supposed to be a horror movie, does that mean that there is a giant spider with the long legs? Unfortunately, I am not going to check out the trailer right now, but oh my god, that would be something. Guys, I mean, I know that Nicolas Cage was a main character in many action movies. Like, I get it, but I still think about him as an actor with that face expression, that he's just a purely, you know, this kind of angel that has fallen in love and is suffering, and you know what I'm talking about, right? I can't be the only one who sees him this way. Llamas, I can't believe that we are almost done. I'm just trying to focus on building that. I'm really trying to focus. Alright, I'm back, Llamas. I just needed to ask Laser about something. Oh no, more trees. We're getting more trees. This is going to provide a lot of fuel. Alright, there is something that I haven't thought about. Which side should I use to enter this highway that I mentioned? And I wanted to just get to this spot, exactly this one. And I wanted to think through that later. And now it's later. Now it's the time to think about it. And I have no idea. Actually, I wanted to have some kind of solution that would allow me to just have the straight rails, and there are different stations on the side, and they join one of the train tracks. I haven't thought this through. If you have any good idea on how I could possibly handle this, feel free to mention. What could I possibly do in order to make it usable and not really complex? At least not that complex. But let's assume that we have oil station here. I don't think it's bad for it to be so far away, because I want for it to connect to the so-called highway. But it needs to be far enough, so I will set up something and I don't have to worry about it. Something like that, I believe. Mama Llama, have you and Laser been watching the new season of House of the Dragon? I think I mentioned that before, but in general it is really difficult to convince me to watch any type of series. In most cases I just suffer, because it ends up that, okay, one of the seasons was good, let's say the first season, and then the next season comes and it's not that exciting anymore. And I start feeling bad about it because I already started watching something that I am interested in. On the other hand, it's not as cool as I expected anymore. So I don't want to watch it. And then I end up in this strange situation that I would like to watch it, but there is something I don't like about the series anymore, so I try to avoid watching the series. I prefer to play games, to be honest. I hope that it answers your question, but what about you, Kenny? Have you watched the new House of the Dragon with bells? Llamas, as weird as it might sound, I believe that this is something that I should actually do off stream. I thought that it might be fun to fight the biters on stream, but it is so repetitive that I just can't do this to you, and I can't do this to myself. I believe this might be time to end the stream so I could work on that as slow as I need to work on it. I think that this would be a reasonable thing. What do you think? Maybe we can raid somebody. I will think of somebody. In the meantime, you know where to follow me on the social media. I have just posted all of the links on Twitch. On YouTube, you can find all of the links in the description of the video. You can find the link to Twitch, to Instagram, to Discord, to Reddit if you want to visit on any other social media. And yes, I think that the highway needs much more work than I expected. In 3 hours, we barely got one line done. So I think it's definitely the time to do something about that. And by the way, I think I might be able to increase the production for the Spidertrons, but of course I will keep you informed. The most important thing has happened for today, which was reading Factory Friday Facts, reading today's Factory Friday Facts, but also the last one. So I think that it's time to just end the stream for now. Oh my god, this is taking so much of the time. I just wish I wouldn't make you suffer because of all of that repetitive biter attacks. Yeah. So I think I will send you to somebody, and let me send you to Bold Viking. I believe that we haven't raided him yet for a while, because I believe that last time he ended up faster than me and he raided this channel, so we have the way to just pay the kindness forward and just visit them. So yes, I think that we need to stay for the raid. Make sure that you leave the message in the chat. We're here to chew hay and party, and we're out of hay. So copy and paste it as the message on their stream. I am trying to prepare everything right now so I can join the raid. Make sure that you show them that Llama's can party. And damn, I'm going to work on all of that off stream. It's going to be a long work, like a lot of kiting. Yes, a lot more than I expected. So there is kind of proof that the Spidertron army on a budget can work, but it's just consuming a lot of time. But the highway is there, and I have good plans for it. So I will get rid of this cluster that you can see right there. I want to get rid of this cluster and this cluster, maybe to explore a little bit of this eastern area. And yeah, I think that this is all I am going to do off stream. Thank you for redeeming Let There Be Light channel point reward. I really appreciate that. I hope that you will like it, and I hope I will have more opportunities to build more lamps, because right now we are in the outpost section and it's a little bit long. All right, let's raid Bold Viking. And make sure that you stay safe. Oh my god, Mr. M, I was just ending the stream. We have been reading Factory of Friday Facts, so make sure that you check that out. And yeah, raid with us. I hope that you're doing well, Mr. M. And we can just keep the conversation going on Discord as usual. So hi Llamas, bye Llamas, take care of yourselves everyone. Thank you so much Inter for your raid. Thank you guys for using this experiment gigantifying emotes. Thank you for gifting the sub to my bot Laser. Thank you for fixing it, and I hope to see you again very soon, Llamas. Sunday 2 p.m. UTC. I see you on Rimworld with Twitch Toolkit, Salty Colony number 4. Take care, bye everyone, and let's raid. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Bye.